Welcome in. Welcome to Liminal Essence Tarot. Let's see who we're reading for first. Water. I have a feeling this is going to be a very interesting readings. I normally don't read today, but I'm being very drawn to. Okay. I'm going to pause for a sec. Yep, already. And call to another deck. We're starting. Okay, look at that. It wants to come out. Sacrifice. Here we go. Feeling a little dizzy. The energy right now is very okay. I'm gonna open the book. Sometimes, you know, I think the message is clear, but sometimes there are things that come up. So let me pause and go get my glasses. Okay. Much better. May your sacrifices be acknowledged and appreciated. You're being called to introduce new themes of healing to your community. You're being pulled to teach others how to love themselves. For once, this is not about you and you only. However, you will not be able to guide a soul if you yourself are still wandering. This is a time to become a recluse. Reserve your vitality for the most significant of things. Master stillness. Share what you've learned when the time is right. You feel the urge to shed several layers. Prepare yourself for a unique journey, a course you never anticipated. Pay attention to your dreams. There you'll meet an overflowing number of messages that will advise you. The key is to be so abnormally aware that no sign gets past you, whether conscious or subconscious. Manage your stress. This is new for everyone. Grant yourself the blessing to shed and surpass the current place you're in. This way, you'll be ready to enlighten. Okay. This is why we go to the guidebook. Because sometimes, intuitively, you're like, this is what this is about. And then sometimes you're like, there's something else afoot. I'm gonna still pull. Really? Two? Okay. Okay. I'm listening. That's what's important. Okay. Today, I unapologetically step into my inner power. I refuse to give into limiting self-beliefs and self-doubt. I set aside time to grieve when my heart needs to, but I refuse to remain in a space of regret and guilt. We have this moon here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It's 8 arrows in this sacrifice. Almost entirely when I was pulling cards for this reading, I was drawn to oracles. Like almost entirely. So we're just going to go with it. We will definitely pull some tarot. Okay. It's the animal spirit. dragonfly. Came out in reverse, but okay. Dragonflies are very magical creatures, usually omens of, good omens of transformation, powerful omens of transformation. We're going to see what the book says. It's been, I feel like so many animal messages coming at me. It's one of the reasons I grabbed this deck. Maybe it doesn't want me to read the guidebook. Okay. Master of light, illusion, and the mind. I was going to say the wind. I flipped that M to a W. The dragonfly is an ancient and ethereal creature that awakens a sense of wonder and awe. The dragonfly is a symbol of the mind, as it always is moving, shifting, shimmering, and changing. When the dragonfly card appears, it's worth considering the quality of your mind and perception. Are they restless or still, dreamlike or crystal clear? The situation at hand may be difficult than it appears at first glance. The dragonfly reminds us to calm the mind so the light of wisdom can shine through. When in balance, see clearly, joyful, magical. When out of balance, can't concentrate, busy mind. To bring into balance, focus on the breath. I said the wind, the breath, okay. Now, it came out reversed, so, okay. I'm going to leave this right here. I prefer this to be more here, but let's pull some tarot. Which deck am I drawn to? All right. It's been a minute since I read with this deck. I was drawn to it. I'm going to take them. Let's see what we got here. So this is a deck, as you can see, it shifts and it changes. The romantic, it's the Knight of Chalice, so it's the Knight of Cups. We're going to pull up the guidebook, but just so you can see the image. So there we are. So we have a person in a boat contemplating. It's like they're piercing a veil here. And there's a person up there. My initial thought was the magician. This could be about a relationship. No, I'm being told to go back. Okay. 10 of trees is what I see first. Getting like a Jack and the Beanstalk vibe. In terms of like this tower cropping up here. Let me cook, you guys. Let me cook. This wants to be here. The Pathfinder. So it's the Page of Pentacles. So this is about a new journey. But we have the Pathfinder. Using your inner light. Look at that. This This is a very spiritual reading so far. 8 of Lotus. 8 of Cups. Walking away from something. You're plunging in the depths. Looking for okay. You're moving in a way that oh, so interesting. Don't forget yourself. And whatever this is, because this is how it's appearing to me, and whatever this is, don't lose yourself in it. Yes, you are preparing yourself to give to your community, but make sure that you yourself are in a good place. You're stepping into your power. I'm curious how this appears on camera because the camera is sitting at a very different angle. But from where I sit, this person in the boat keeps appearing and disappearing, like shape shifting. The Ten of Trees or the Ten of Pentacles. This is about legacy. It's a new beginning, starting over. But in this case, like we said, it's about preparing others to do the same. You have the Pathfinder. Oh, wow. Holding the card and looking at the card in the spread is two different things. What I see is a person who is holding a pinnacle, but there is this person of light that is covering them on this journey. This is very grounded energy, but very aided by spiritual presence. You're going to have to dig deep to find this thing, or it's you. You and them. Whew. You and them are going to have to dig deep. Let's do this. So the Protector in reverse, that's where we are. So I will be a protector. That song is everywhere. There we go. 8 of Lotuses. The Fighter. Okay. Yeah. So you're going to end up in a situation where this person who is aiding, I feel like whoever this reading is for is very spiritually in tune. Or if you're not in tune, there is a person who is in tune, who is guiding you, helping you to excavate and do this work, protect you as you do this work, to plunge the depths. There's somebody who is there on the ready, fighting for you. There's like a shadow of this bird attacking. You can't really see it unless the card, see, the Knight of Swords. But I saw the Fighter first. Tell me a little bit more of this Ten of Trees. Ten of Trees. Tell me a little bit more about this Ten of Trees. More about this Ten. Okay. Three of Pentacles. Okay. Yeah. So you, this is about community and working towards building. Okay. Can I get more on the romantic? Okay. So the Hanged Man. Okay. So yeah. I'm hoping you can see this clearly. Yes. Yay. The Hanged Man is normally a card that is a person who is put in a different position so that they are thinking about things in a different way. But when you look at this card, it doesn't feel like that. Yeah. Oh, there it is again. Can you see that? I hope you can see that. So the Hangman, it's sacrifice, but it's a hand reaching out to help another hand. Okay. I feel like I understand this Pathfinder, but let's, anything else on this Pathfinder? Is there anything else I need to know about the Pathfinder? You're like, no, that's right on. Okay, this is where we are. What is the advice? We understand what's happening, but what is the advice? Okay. We got the Death card in reverse. You might be fighting this transformation. Don't do it. I see the Maze. Okay. And Temperance, all right. So I want you to be able to see this. It's in reverse. The Fool is new beginning. So while we have the typical Death card in tarot, which means transformation, this is the Fool card. But I saw the Death card first. I keep seeing this image. You see this hand giving up. I'm going to pull out the guidebook for this one. Second chances. Yeah. A perched pelican rests on an old wooden post eroded by the lapping waves. Hidden in the dark, a hungry wolf awaits. The hand of death fades in and out, grasping at either the pelican or the wolf. This is the first of two appearances of the hand of death in this deck. But do not be alarmed. Like the Fool, death is a symbol of new beginnings. Allow the ending of a cycle to open a door to a new chapter. Okay. Yeah, so don't resist this. Don't resist it. I'm also going to read the romantic. And Temperance is that balance between the two. Keep saying this. Don't get lost in it. And there's the Maze. Message is really clear. It's like, so we got this person in this boat in the water floating along. And then the knight is providing a shield. Yeah, I don't need to read that. That's very, very clear to me. This reading is so clear. There's some resistance on your part You aren't meant to resist this. What needs to happen is you're going to need to decide if you are the person who is guiding or the person being guided. Only you will know, those of you who are watching. And what I would say is, if you are the person that is being guided, ooh, I feel like a burp there, confirmation. If you're the person who is being guided, know that you are being protected as you move through. Don't be afraid to do what you need to do to figure out where you need to be. This new beginning, don't be afraid of it. Know that there are people or entities, individuals who are fighting for you. Don't be afraid to reach out and ask for help and work with someone to achieve what you need to. Just know that you need to move whatever resistance or people who may be in your way. You just need to understand what it is that you are trying to do and keep moving towards that. Keep moving towards that. But stay balanced. Don't drown in this. All right, I'm going to pull an alchemical card. This usually has some work that has to happen with this deck. I love this deck, but it very much is a deck of, I call it a workabee deck. All of these Kim Krans Oracle decks, Alchemy, the Alchemy deck, and the Archetype deck. I have all of Kim's decks. Okay, it came out very sideways, but calcification. Look at all that red. I'm definitely going to read it, so. These are one of the operations cards. So, heat, fire, desire. I'm going to put it here. Calcinatio is the great alchemical operation of fire. It occurs when there is enough heat in the vessel to transform the nature of that which is solid or fixed. How does calcinatio begin? With a tiny glimmer, an urge, a desire that builds into a robust flame. On a psychic level, this stage may be an uprising of emotion that has been repressed and dismissed. It wants something big to change, to be brought to the light and purified, perhaps a flawed ideology, institution, or outlook. Frustration and anger are wondrous change makers if their heat is channeled with space, time, and awareness. The transformation that occurs from calcinatio is rarely harmonious. It requires commitment and a willingness to sit through discomfort as old patterns fall into the ashes. The flame initiates sacred change, and eventually the phoenix rises. So when I see a card that doesn't come out upright, because you can read a card upright or reverse, but I consider this like blocked energy. But we're blocked to the right, which is an upright. So there is, again, this feeling of being stuck, like on the verge of. It's time to know that you are being guided, or you are the person to guide, and to start moving. The flame initiates sacred change, and eventually the phoenix rises. Go deeper. I don't want to butcher this, but I am. Contemplate Lao Tzu's teaching. The flame that burns twice as bright burns half as long. Okay? Ponder the color of fire. And I have a feeling, since we're, I'm going to read both, but I have a feeling we're going to need to pay very close attention to this here because of how the card is positioned. Fire has been used in rituals across all cultures, religions, and eras. Honor the element of fire today in a literal or metaphysical way. I heard light a candle and say a prayer. Whether Christian or not Christian, I think we all can say a prayer, a mantra, a speaking of words of meaning to whatever it is we believe in. The divine flame resides within, and it is yours to tend to. That said, doing so patiently and with support will lead to change that is holy rather than hasty. Okay, so I feel like in many ways a message for both the person who is guiding, maybe guiding, and the person who may be being guided. Either way, this is likely not to be easy, but what things are worth it aren't worth fighting for, working for. All right, I am going to pull one last card. At least I think I'm pulling one last card. Cards are funny because you'll say one last card and they'll say, here's 5. It said 3. Here's 3. I'm going to read them. All right. These are the surrender cards. Surrender comparisons with other people. Keep your eyes trained on yourself. Focus on your own strengths and attractiveness and power. Surrender to miracles. Be open to miracles occurring in your life. Feel and know that these events are real. Let go of any resistance and banish any doubts that miracles can happen. I think you got a miracle worker here. Someone working on your behalf. And surrender to play. Take a break from overthinking a goal. Do something fun. Play is a time of recreation and rejuvenation. It came in reverse. I think this is not saying don't play, but meaningful play. Meaningful play. Ooh. It's over here, so maybe don't feel guilty about that play. And surrender to miracles. I have a lot going on. This was really a beautiful reading. I'm gonna move these over so you get a clear picture, or a clearer picture rather, of everything that is happening here. Okay. Wow. Whoever this is, I feel like you're on your way to something truly beautiful. I'm feeling very emotional for you. Okay. If you like this message, please consider liking and subscribing or commenting. It helps the channel, and it also helps me to understand who I'm reading for. Let me know what's going on with you in the comments. If you hold on, I will let you know at the end which cards were used in this reading. All right. Water signs. We use so many decks today. The Wandering Heart deck. The Ascending Assertion deck, one of my faves. It's really not so much an oracle deck, but a mantra. We use the Power of Surrender. The Wild Unknown Pocket Animal Spirit deck. I love a mini deck. The Wild Unknown Alchemy deck. And Mirror Visions tarot deck. This is a lenticular tarot deck and oracle deck combined. This is the second edition.